Okay, so I hate to admit it, but I used to be the victim of bad roast potatoes. Roast potatoes are so good, like unbelievably, I can't control myself when I'm eating them good. It's just literally potatoes cooked in the oven. How much easier can it get? Believe it or not, there's a good way to make roast potatoes and there's a great way to make roast potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and show you two different methods. How I used to make roast potatoes and now how I make the ultimate roast potato. You know who the most powerful person in the galaxy is? That's right, Darth Tater. All right, I'll briefly go over how I used to make roast potatoes because let's be honest, you didn't come here to see how I used to do it. You want to see the new, the good stuff. So skip forward to the time just down here to see the ultimate roast potatoes. Start by heating the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I have no idea what that is in Celsius, so sorry. Leave the skin on and roughly chop the potatoes into 1-inch cubes. Go ahead, slice an onion, slice a clove of garlic, throw in a bowl with some olive oil, salt, pepper, toss it, throw it on a sheet tray and chuck it in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. Remove the tray from the oven and proceed to burn the fuck out of your mouth. It's not that hot, but it's pretty decent, like, not bad. Pretty good flavor. Look, if you're still making a recipe like that, for the love of God, do yourself a favor, switch to these ultimate roast potatoes. Hey, if you're absolutely pumped to see how to make the best roast potatoes of your life, please go ahead and subscribe because, well, I really appreciate it. As my wife would say, right? Start by grabbing your gnarliest Pyrex baking dish for this recipe because it is essential. You don't really need it, just grab any baking dish. And let's talk oil. You can use whatever oil or fat you want. I love using 50% olive oil, 50% butter. So that's a 1/4 cup olive oil, 1/4 cup butter. Put them in the pan with 3 cloves of garlic, toss in the oven. You can go as bougie as you want. You can use beef tallow and duck fat. Or if you're vegan, go ahead and use some canola oil and coconut oil. It's totally up to you and it's your preference. Take that pan and put it in the oven to preheat the oil. Next step, take 6 medium potatoes, peel them and cut them in half and put them in a pot of cold water to cook. You're going to bring this up to a boil, reduce the heat and simmer just until those potatoes are tender. Once the potatoes are halfway cooked, drain them, pour them back in the pot, pull that pan of hot oil out of the oven. Be very careful. You're going to take those potatoes and carefully place them into the hot oil. Flat side down to start with. Baste them with a little bit of oil. Sprinkle a little bit of salt on top and put it in the oven to cook for the first 30 seconds. Really fucking fast. Put it in the oven and cook for 30 minutes. Once that 30 minutes is up, remove the pan from the oven and flip the potatoes over. Baste again with oil and put it back in the oven for another half hour. Once that half hour is up, remove the pan from the oven. We're not just quite done yet. Take a potato masher or a glass or something with a flat bottom and push those potatoes down to almost smash them a bit. The smashing of the potato is going to create even more crust and even more surface area for more flavor. That's exactly what we want. Put it back in the oven for another 15 minutes to cook. Remove from the oven. Be very careful not to burn yourself. Like, how amazing do these potatoes look? This is what we used to do. Why did we used to do this? Exactly what you want. A nice crispy crust on the outside, but nice and soft and fluffy and warm on the inside like a mashed potato. I guess the only thing left to do is to try it. So good, nice and crispy. There you have it, 2 ways of making roast potatoes. A good way and a great way. The choice is totally up to you now, what you want to do. I guess the only thing left to say is, what's the biggest cause of death in potatoes? Tuberculosis. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.